and welcome back to another edition of Tony's Technical Corner. Today, we bring you a change of scenery, and we're going to give you a peek behind the curtain and into Oz, or so to speak. Today, we're here in my office, and we will review and demonstrate our PhotonFi LiFi Max controller software, and we'll cover a few key aspects and features along the way. Accessing the LiFi Max controller should normally be done by your IT administrator, and it is not typically intended for your everyday, happy-go-lucky LiFi users. With that being said, to access the embedded controller software in our PhotonFi access point, first you need to know the IP address that is being handed off from the local network. This may be known ahead of time and given to you by your network administrator, while other times it may be provided by a DHCP server and the address is unknown. This is no need for concern, as you can easily identify the network address in a variety of ways, with programs such as Nmap, Advanced IP Scanner, and even the controller dashboard on many networks and network utilities today. However, on today's demonstration, and for the sake of simplicity and attempts to stay vendor agnostic, we will illustrate using Advanced IP Scanner. But don't worry, we will deep dive and cover other programs and methods in another video. However, for now, as you can see here, we are using the IP address of 192.168.40.46. Excited yet? All right, let's go. For starters, open the web browser of your choice. And simply browse to the IP address given to the system. If redirected to a warning page, don't worry. It is simply because we did not install a certificate on the access point web server. Just select Advanced Parameters and proceed. Using the default credentials to log in, which are simply admin and password, I will show later how to change them, which is strongly recommended. Once logged in, you'll see the controller dashboard. This will give you current system information, LiFi network overview, and legal mentions, along with options to reboot the access point remotely and to log out. Using the menu choices on the left, this will give you instant access to the following submenus: access points list, endpoints list, logs, and settings. Having just reviewed the dashboard, let's have a look at the access points list. Here, you will see a list of all of the access points associated with your LiFi network. This will include both active and previously connected devices. Upon clicking on any of the entries, you will see a text box appear showing a deeper layer of device information, providing the MAC address, uptime duration, firmware version, and the current device state. From here, you have the options to rename, remove from list, and reboot. As you can see, renaming each device is quick and easy. Just click, choose rename, type in your updates, and validate. However, since this is another device previously registered, which we can see is no longer connected, I will go ahead and remove it from the list. Please note that when you remove a device from the list that was previously given a name, when reconnecting that device, it will appear in the list again, but with its name defaulted. Previous naming conventions will be lost, and you will simply have to assign again. Now, similar to the access points list, next up we have our endpoints list. And you guessed it, this submenu helps manage the PhotonFi endpoints. Here, you can easily and with a glance locate and decipher device state and status. And upon clicking on any one of these entries, you will not only notice the MAC address and firmware version, but you will also see the device information for the associated access point, should it be connected. Just like in the access points list, endpoints can also be renamed, deleted, and rebooted. And with a simple press of the button, this list can also be reloaded at any time. Next, we'll move along into the logs. The log records events that have taken place since the access point was first powered on. These logs include access and endpoint status, MAC address information for registered devices, name changes, and more. As you can see in this list, we have the change of connection status for each client and also the name change that we just performed a few moments ago for this client dongle. Now, let's move along to the more technical area of the LiFi Max controller and jump into the settings menu. Under the controller tab, you can select your IP type, whether it be static or DHCP. It depends on your IT policy, but by default, it relies on a DHCP server. Next, you can use the controller configuration option if you are in an environment with multiple access points deployed. You can select this radial to identify this access point as the master access point. This will be used for clock synchronization between all of the different access points and ensures a seamless handover across multiple antennas. This setting should be performed when installing the entire system, and normally once completed should not require any change. Next, you will see on the Network tab. This is where we will delve into the exciting realms of 802.1x authentication and VLAN tagging. If your organization relies on Radius servers for additional security, this feature is very specific to the LiFi Max product series. Next, with the Update tab, we have the ability to complete total system software updates with a fully secure process that prevents you from having any installation of unauthorized software. However, we will cover these very important topics in depth in another specific video. Lastly, this leaves us with our Account Management tab. Here, you can simply and securely update and set your account username and passwords, which we strongly recommend that you or your customer do upon the first installation. Exploring these features ensures that your PhotonFi LiFi network remains robust, secure, and easy to manage. Whether you're optimizing performance or securing access, these tools put you in control. We sincerely hope that you found this information useful, and thank you again for joining us on another edition of Tony's Technical Corner. Please stay tuned for more, and in the meantime, don't forget to check us out on our website, with the link up above, where you can download a full array of data sheets, tools, and multitudes of other useful information. Thanks again, and until next time, the future begins today.